We welcome you, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, and that's Cairo Santos to get us started. It's going to be a wet one. Here we go. What a brutal way to start the game. You're thinking of getting the ball, getting your script, running your plays. Instead, Greg, it is a fumble lost on the opening kickoff.
It's just absolutely the most disastrous beginning of a game you could possibly dream up. And what you do now, Mike, is not only does the other team get the ball, you send your defense out there early in this game and force them to have to defend a short field right away.
Williams going to throw on the first play. This one taken in by Odunze. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
And he is close to the pylon, but they say he's not in. But he's got the next best thing. No touchdown, but a first down. It's first and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got
over the top. He's got it. Luther Burden. Touchdown, Chicago. His 6th touchdown now for the season. Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears will take a 7-0 lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. This one taken at the 10. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Down the field, he's got St. Brown. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. It is a huge play for Detroit. 35 yards.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
And he'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
They run it once more with Judkins. And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
Third, they need 8. Now they'll set up to throw. He's got Laporta open on the left side. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
one not going to get there, and it's wide to the left as well. It's no good, and they are not able to draw closer.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And that ball incomplete over the middle. Luther Burden, the intended target. And third down coming up. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. On fourth down, here's Tory Taylor to punt for Chicago. This brought in out past the 20. And this winds up a very nice return. He's able to get up past the 40-yard line. Drive starts with a run by Judkins. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force third down. They'll throw out of the gun. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force fourth down. So it's fourth down, punting time. Ethan Evans to do the honor. Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully.
At their own 19-yard line.
On the ground, that is Brashard Smith. And he'll just hope to stay on his feet here, picking his way forward for a gain of about 4. From the 23, here's 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
On third down, it's Williams. A throw on the move is caught. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On the handoff, it's Smith. And the D closes quickly. He stopped after a gain of a yard. Ashton Gillotte that time, able to bring him down. Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and 9. Here's Williams now to throw. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And he is very close to the first down, but eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
He's got his tight end. It's Loveland. And he's going to have the first down. So taking a chance there, playing with the lead, but it works out for them. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. We'll try to throw again. Here's Williams. That's into the hands of Moore. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A first catch for DJ, and a first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last. A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
On the give, it's Smith. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Bears off to the early lead. We're back to Soldier Field after this. They need to get to the 29 here, facing third down.
We got Hornet, guys, yes.
Williams. He gets this complete to Burden. And he'll take this one in. Luther Burden. Touchdown, Chicago. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. This one number 7 on the year. Santos good on the extra point. And the Bears move out on top, 14-0. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll be out of bounds beyond the 20-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll run with Judkins to begin the drive. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-happy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play. And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
It's the quarterback with the sneak. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Lots of space past the 45. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. 22 yards, the pickup there. Good for a Lions first down. Now this time they'll look to throw. That is intercepted. Picked off by T.J. Edwards. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I've been around certain quarterbacks, Mike, that loved throwing the ball in the rain, and other quarterbacks who were very uncomfortable. It looks like this one kind of got out of his hand, a little wonky, and that ball gets away from you just enough. It's going to end up falling into the wrong hands and go the other way.
Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. This pass deflected and caught. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 50. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
Now, this looks like a design run. And he's out of bounds after a pickup of 3.
Down in the red zone, design quarterback runs are a handful for defenses to account for. But in this case, give them credit. Not a lot of room to maneuver here for the quarterback, and they keep it to a short game.
It is 2nd and 6. On the bootleg, it's Williams. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he's going to be close to the first down. Markham just a yard short of the line to gain, so that'll bring up 3rd and short yardage. He's in. Luther Burden. Touchdown Bears. 3 touchdowns for him. Numbers 6, 7, and 8 on the season. This is turning into a monster game. Let's keep an eye on this. 3 touchdown catches alone in the first half. Could be a record-setting game. This taken at the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Pass caught by Bond. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 2. They'll look to throw. That's going to be intercepted. That's the linebacker, Blake Cashman. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did. Walking off the field, following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend. But as hard as it is to do, they need to get
under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Lucas Van Ness in there to drop him as he registers sack number 4 on the season. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
What is it?
Throwing is Williams. That one to the sideline and incomplete, and a penalty flag now comes in late. Maybe no receiver in the area on that one. The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. To throw is Williams. He'll air it out down the middle. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down. This one fielded out beyond the 25. Oh, hello. He is stopped in his tracks on that one. They made sure that return was not going any farther. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Up the middle goes Judkins here, and he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to Soldier Field. Following this, 2nd down, 8 yards to go. He'll drop the throw. Is caught left side by St. Brown. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. They'll come up here 1st and 10. They'll give it here to Judkins. Hunting very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3. 2nd and 7. Again, it's Judkins. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. Talk things over before 3rd down. Blitz coming, he'll throw it, and this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Out comes Jake Bates to try a field goal here. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Lions are on the board just before halftime. So, after his field goal, Bates back out to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Williams going to look to throw it on first down. Rolling right. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
And I think I want to see a little bit more of this style from this defense. The key, Mike, is at that catch point, you want to create as much contact and be physical. Separate the ball from the intended receiver, and it's a great example there.
On second down, it's Williams. That's out left and complete to Burden. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
On 3rd and 2, it's Williams. Flush to his right. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago as the clock stops. 50 seconds to play until halftime.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points, but either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points.
Throw it again. It's Williams. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Williams to the air once more. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
That's a short one, caught by Loveland. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. Give them 14 on that one. Good for a Bears first down.
First and 10 at the 17.
Throwing again, Williams. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. This is caught at 2. And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with 1st and goal.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
There isn't much room for error when operating inside the red zone. The field is really condensed. Those throwing windows become a lot tighter and forces your quarterback to make some really highly contested throws. And as we just saw, those aren't always going to go your way.
They'll try it again from the 2. 2nd and goal. Here's a designed run. And a critical tackle there. They're getting close to scoring. Instead, they get nothing. Time has run out. This first half has come to an end. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. A short one taken at the 10.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
They'll begin this on the ground with Smith. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these zero or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots. Great timing and anticipation. The second the tight end's head turned around, the quarterback put the ball on him, and now it's, hey, let's see who wants to tackle this big guy and bring him to the ground.
This is 3rd and 6. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And he's going to get awfully close to the first down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
This exact situation here, Mike, tends to get a lot of conversation around the league. I think I'm going for it. I think here around midfield, you got to maintain possession, see if you can end this drive with some points. I think you got to stay aggressive, keep your offense on the field.
They'll go, and it's Smith. And he'll indeed pick up a Bears first down. No problem there. They get the first by plenty on that 4th and inches.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. They gain 18 yards on that one. First down, Chicago.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Off play action. Here's Williams. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Holston Loveland was the intended receiver. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Vegas!
Williams. Got the hook up there to Odunze. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start. And this is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field. But they've been highly efficient, and now they get another first down.
And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with 1st and goal. A play fake. Now Williams on the run to the right. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's 2nd down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points.
Williams going to give it up on a pop pass. And he got half of what he needed from the 6 to the 3. Big play coming up. 3rd and goal. Here's Williams now to throw. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Luther Burden. Touchdown, Chicago. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears stretch it out, leading now by the score of 28-3. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to Judkins. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. This throw taken in by Amon-Ra. He's inside the 30. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 72 yards. Touchdown, Detroit. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This fielded at about the 9. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. They'll run it to start the drive, and here is Smith. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
It is 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Williams. They'll look to set up the screen here. He's still on his feet. He's on his way. And he will score. Rashard Smith. Touchdown Bears. On is Santos for the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Bears will extend this 3rd quarter lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 2. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. They'll begin here on the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that. 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. At the 19-yard line.
They'll look to throw. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start. And a loss of yards on the play.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here.
It's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Fuller. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the third or fourth read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jumped that route, challenged the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
14 on the pickup. Good for a Bears first down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical, right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
And he's going to be marked out down at the 5. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down. 5 yards from the house. They've got it 1st and goal. They'll run with Smith. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and he's going to give himself up behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe smarter than taking a big shot on that play.
I can promise you that when that play caller sent that 2nd and short play in, he never imagined his next play call would be 3rd and long. But after that loss there, that's the case, and he's got to be scratching his head.
3rd and goal. Here's Williams. He pulls it in around the 5.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
On 4th down, it's Cairo Santos on for the Bears field goal. This, about as short as you can get. Santos' kick is good. And the Bears will extend their lead.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. First down throw there is incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it. You know, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way.
And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Tyreek Stevenson.
And really the story of the day for this offense, Mike, is it's just been far too many self-inflicted wounds. You're not going to overcome being reckless with the ball, inconsistent with the passing game, and beat teams in the NFL. It's just not going to happen, and the bad day at the office just continues.
So now, after the interception, a sudden change situation. 1st and goal. In with Smith. This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
Backed up to the 3. It's 2nd and goal. Now this looks like a design run. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1. Setting up 3rd and goal.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
No gain on a quarterback sneak? That's pretty surprising, Mike, anytime we see that happen. There just aren't many plays in the NFL that we consider to be automatic. The quarterback sneak is normally pretty close.
And this is incomplete. They don't go for the field goal. Wind up trying to throw for the touchdown. They get nothing out of it on 4th and goal. On the ground, Judkins. Big opening up the middle. Loose past the 35. Look at him go. Down the sideline to the 20. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 99 yards. Touchdown, Detroit. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Get across the 20, mark him at the 20. Two-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll run, and this is Smith. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. 18 yards, and a great way to start the drive. It's a 1st down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game. Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll stick with him again. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got him going backwards now, Mike, and this is a worrying trend. We've seen it now the last 2 plays. They have to be able to generate some leverage at the point of attack. Count on positive yardage in the run game.
He'll try and get there on the ground. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down. The Bears sending out their punt team. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Drive starts with a run by Judkins. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They run it once more with Judkins. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. They run straight ahead with Judkins. A gain there of 10 yards. 1st down, Detroit.
Typically in a 3rd down situation like this, Mike, you're thinking pass, but give credit to this offensive play caller. He flips his tendencies upside down, keeps the ball on the ground. Not only does he get a fresh set of downs, they pick up good yardage.
This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
This play right here is just a clear example of just how hard it is to bring this back down, Mike. I mean, he had to break multiple tackles just to get back to the original line of scrimmage. But give credit to the defense. They kept bringing bodies at him, and they're eventually able to get him down for no gain.
He gets free to the 20. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. We do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. Taking care of business on the ground. They run it into the end zone to put 6 on the board.
Mike, some of the hardest elements to coach for a running back is vision and patience. And in this case, you saw both of them on display, and he's able to take the long run all the way to the house for 6.
And he's into the end zone again. It's the octopus. He's got the long run for 6 and punches in the 2. All 8 points for good measure.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, sometimes it's the simplest plays that have the best results.
And he will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of it. They get him down for a loss on the play. The Lions called their first timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this 4th quarter. They'll drop to throw. And they'll take this down inside the 35. What a performance. Reception number 14 for the 1st down. Here's 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Smith. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So this one in the win column for the Bears. They get the home victory here in the division in the first of their 2 scheduled matchups. Of a chance to go for the season sweep on the road later in the season. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from along the lakefront at Soldier Field in Chicago.